Hello everybody, good morning YouTube. Now I had a bit of an eventful day yesterday. First of all, I got a message from a guy called Cole. Cole, I know you're watching, you are an absolute legend. He messaged me on Instagram, he says, "Hey Lee, I've got some Lexus tyres with brand new PS4s on. Do you want them?" I said, "Well, what do you mean?" He had no profile picture, like no posts on Instagram. I was like, might be a 12-year-old guy just wanting to see me, but I'm going to take that fucking risk. No way. Went down to Leicester. There was Cole with Lexus wheels with PS4s on, literally. So he had a full set. Some of them had 225s, so they would have felt. I want grippy boys on the front and slidey boys on the rear. So the grippy boys are on the front. There they are on the front. New Lexus wheels with PS4s. They're 245. They're a bit wider, but they're actually the same width tyre as the Sora. So I'm gonna take them tyres off and put them on the front of my Sora for more grippy boys on the Sora. Anyway, so that was cool. We get home. I thought, we'll put these tyres on now because they're going to do some things to the car today. So I put these wheels on, went for a spin. They were rubbing on everything, and I mean absolutely everything, and that's just one of the issues. So I thought, bloody hell, jack up. So I'm going to reenact what happened last night, just because I didn't film last night. So here's a reenaction of what's happened last night. So first of all, I thought, right, I need to start this rubbing, so we need to get a hammer onto these arches. Action, oh, action. Thank you, Lee, from last night. And then the next thing I heard, I started hearing a lot of whining, like metal whining, especially from this side wheel. So I took this side wheel off and I seen this. This is on the inside of the wheel and it's been rubbing against something in the thing, and I've looked. See this little nibbly bit here that sticks out? This has actually just been touching the wheel. So then I proceeded to get the grinder out to flatten that down so it weren't, you know, scraping the wheel. So cut back to yesterday, Lee. Oh, action, action. Thank you, Lee, from last night. So this is what we're looking like now. So now we've got this grinded down so it's a little bit flatter off, so hopefully it shouldn't rub against the wheel. But then the third issue, I went out driving and all of a sudden it just didn't feel right. It just felt loose. I was like turning the car right and it was going straight. It was, something was madly loose on the front end. So I come over and I do the whole wheel check, and this wheel was like flopping around like mad. I was like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, so we look, and obviously, if you've seen the last video, there's two bolts which go to this little ball joint. One of them wasn't even tight. So I was tightening it, and it weren't getting tight. And lo and behold, the thread was ruined. So I was like, oh, for God's sake, another thread that's ruined. I tried retapping it. It was the wrong thread. Luckily, one of the other bolts still screws into that front one, so I know it's not a thread. I know if I just get another bolt of the same size as the other one, which I've got, then it'll go in. So that's what we're doing today. We need to actually get this car ready. So I need to find this bolt. Jake's supposed to be helping me, but Jake is not here yet and he's not answering his phone, so I might just go to B&Q and get a bolt. So I need another one of those bolts, because obviously I don't know if there's going to be another issue. I need to get everything fixed as quick as possible because the drift day is tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're just on the way to the local hardware shops just to see if A, they're open, and B, they've got one, and I hope they are open. Obviously, like with Wix and all that shit, obviously they're like, oh, collection only. And it's like, well, I don't really know what bolt I need, so a bit useless, but hopefully these guys are open. Hopefully they've fucking got one. Right, so I've just gone to the handyman store in a place near me, and I've got two bolts. We couldn't perfectly match them up because we tried threading the nut onto this one, but the thread's just not in good shape. But they pretty seem to think that these are the ones. 20p each. I gave them a little bit more because obviously they've done me such a good favour. So I gave them a little bit more than what they wanted, but I would have given them even more, but we're not 100% sure that they're going to work. So I've given them a bit more. But 20p each for a bolt, holy shit, how do they make any money on that? But absolute legend. So we got two new bolts. Hopefully they do fit. Let's go home and pray that they thread in. Also guys, the supercharged Cvic, the supercharged EP3 that they give away on track car giveaways, you guys are loving it. We sold like 600 in the first, like less than the first day. So you guys are absolutely killing it. If you have bought a ticket, thank you very much. If you haven't and it's still available, I'd get on it. I'm not sure when I'm going to be uploading this video, but yeah, 600 tickets sold in the first day. So you guys are fucking legends. Right, we're home. Moment of truth. Will it thread in? Yes! Right, let's get the hub onto here, and let's hope it fucking threads in. Come on! Yes, it's tight. Yes, 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 yeah! Put the wheels on, go for a drive, make sure that these aren't out enough, make sure it's not rubbing on there, and then we'll get to doing these spring things when Jake gets here. But it's a nice day, and apparently there's like a nice meet on later. Speaking of which, I went to a meet last night, and the police were just being absolute arseholes. It was like body camming every single car going out. So I went over to him and I just said, "Hi mate, are we doing anything wrong? I was just wondering why you're filming us." And he was like, "Badge number 18. Because I think he's been watching too much YouTube where people are like, "Can I have your badge number?" I said, no, I'm not here to be an arsehole, mate. I'm just wondering, you know, what we're doing wrong. And he's like, "Breaking COVID regulations." I was like, but we weren't. It was all social distancing, and we were all keeping 2 meters apart. And he was like, "Well, it's a social gathering from what I can see." And I was just like, with what's going on at the minute, really, like there's people standing in thousands chucking bricks at the police, but you decided to take it out on a few people sat in a car park. Whatever, so we'll see what comes of that. Maybe I'll get a letter for the door saying everything fine, but if I do, I'm 100% going to contest it. But them bolts are all tight. Let's just spin the wheel, see if it's rubbing on anything. No, that seems okay. So right, we're going to jack the car down and see how it sits and take it for a quick drive. Right, here we go. Let's go for a drive. Now, I was speaking to Crest Motorsport, and he thought he had a, look at lucky windows, lads. He thought he had a cloth seat, but it turns out he doesn't. So I'm gonna have to drift in the leather one. It's sliding everywhere, but we'll see what happens. Go on. Amount of times I know fucking Badlands people. Because I live in a corner as well, so I like can't see anything. You get people like this who just take about fucking 3,000 years to drive past you. I mean, the tracking's still a little bit out. It still feels floaty as fuck, but it seems alright for now. But it doesn't feel as loose on the front end now. Right, here it is. If anything, it's not hitting the wing anymore, it's just hitting the inner arch. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. We're gonna go home, take the wheel off, get the inner arch off, but I think we'll be alright then. So we've got plenty of room from the wing, but it's just the inner arch. So inner arch is coming off. Whoops, what do you mean? Look how bad that tracking is. Fuck's sake. Right, so we'll jack up the wheel. Get that in it. Look how fucking low it is, lads. It's so fucking cool, mate. I really like it. Look how fucking sick it looks. Boys, this wheel arch is literally a joke. There's like 100 bolts. That's literally, all them bolts are just off this one little area. And there's another one, literally, all the way up there. Why? It's a fucking wheel arch. Also, there's loads of like sharp bits here and like bolts sticking out and that, and I'd rather them push against that and then the wheel push against that, and rather than the wheel just fucking burst itself on them. So I might just get a grinder and just grind off this bit here. Okay, so we're all good there. I mean, I want to say plenty of clearance, but there's clearance. Right, so this is how she's sitting now, boys. Sitting really good with those front wheels on. Look how good she looks there. I was going to put some second-hand tyres on today, but I don't know if I'll need it. I've got those. I think that'll be enough, to be fair. It's not like we're going to be doing mad sends. You have to stop in every corner, so wow, I'm fucking excited, lads. I don't know if Jake's going to come around. I've actually found a way to jack the car down on those springs. If I just do it one at a time, it's actually not difficult. Right, Pete, so I just took it for a drive. Just to Asda to get some fuel. I've topped up with some fuel, and I've got a lot, well not a lot, but I've got a couple of bottles of coolant, so I'm gonna bring them up to the top because she's gonna be getting a hot girl tomorrow. But when I was driving, the tracking is still way out. So I've got home, I put the wheel deadly straight. This one is pretty much straight. It's probably gonna be a little bit out, but it's not as bad. Now to get the wheel is straight. This one is massively pointing inwards, so we're going to change the tracking ourselves on this wheel. We're just going to push, well, obviously we're going to pull it in a little bit so it pulls the wheel out. So we're going to change the tracking a little bit on this one. So we're going to jack it up. I'll just jack this side up just to make sure everything is tight. Everything is tight on this side, so I'm going to do exactly the same to the other. And we are going to change the tracking a little bit. I'm guessing the new ball joints I've got are machined perfectly to the OEM one. So I'm guessing the ball joints that I've got with the trap rod put into, they're just a little bit out. But so we're going to take everything off, make sure everything's tight, and just pull that tracking in a little bit. Now this car's really annoying because to get access to the trap rod, you literally have to take off the caliper because the caliper sits right above it. So that's annoying. I've just pulled off the caliper with the disc so I can just slide it back on again. Yeah, and I've got a little bit more room. So we're going to whack this off. But first of all, I'm going to unloosen this bolt here. Hopefully it's a 19. So I have to use an adjustable one, but we'll see. Oh, it's a 19, cool. Right, so I'm going to drop that, knock that loose there, boom. And I'm going to take it off and I'm actually going to twist it in because it's pointing this way. So I need to pull that out a little bit. So we can do it one turn, whack that loose, twist the whole thing in one, just do one turn for now, and then we'll see how that goes. And it just pop down like that. So we've got that bolt spinning now, so that's cool. So we're going to take the trap rod, move it one turn in, bang that back on, and it will, let's just push it in a little bit. Now I'm going to put the disc on and just see whereabouts that sits. It's so much easier to see with the wheel. So I'm just going to put the disc on, put the wheel on before I tighten that down, and we'll see how that looks. Right, from what I can see, that's a lot better now. So I'm going to leave it on one turn. You've literally got to do so much just to do so little in this car. I'm literally sick of cutting myself. Like, I'm literally constantly fucking cutting myself and bleeding and everything, and I'm getting bored now. So I'm going to put this back together, and that's going to be me done until tomorrow. I want to have some fun in it. I'm getting sick of just hurting myself constantly now. Right, so that wheel's back on, everything's tight. I put some more coolant in, topped up the oil. Let's go for one more drive, see if what I've done has actually made a difference or not. Hopefully it has, but you never know, dude. It was only one turn, but that might all it needs. All it needs, good one. Okay, so it's a tiny bit better. It doesn't feel as drastic, but yeah, it's definitely not better. That's straight, so it's a little bit better. I'm not gonna fuck about it anymore. That'll do. It feels nice. It feels, well, I wouldn't say nice and tight, but it doesn't feel as bad as it was before. Yeah, we're ready for tomorrow. This is gonna do. I'm not gonna do that spring thing, just because I found a way. Obviously, like, I don't want Jake to come round, and I can't be bothered doing any more to it. I found a way where I can easily get the wheels up and down without the springs popping out, so it's not that big of a deal. It's a lot better now, although the wheel isn't straight by any means. It kind of doesn't fuck me off over to the other side of the road as easier. So yeah, it's been a journey. I've had many cuts and bruises. I'm gonna have a great day tomorrow. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good YouTube video. I'm sure it'll give you a lot of a laugh as well. That's how it's driving. But as you say, it feels much better. The car feels so much tighter turning left. So there's something up there, but I can't bother trying to fix it. And no garages are open to get tracked, so I'm just gonna full send it. I'll be able to do it. I can do donuts with it like this, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And I'm not linking anything, it's just corners, so you know, it's not like I'm going left to right, where that steering is gonna upset me a bit, but no, it'll be fine. So, end this video here. Hope you enjoyed this series so far. I've loved it. I can't believe how much cut springs and like just make a difference. It's so much cool. I wouldn't recommend doing it. It drives like shit. I really would not recommend cutting your springs for a road car. It doesn't drive as bad as you think in terms of like knocking, but it just totally fucks up the steering, like it really does. And it's like, doesn't have a clue where the weight's going. But it's a laugh. Well, here we go, boys. I'll see you all tomorrow. I've got half a tank of fuel. Hopefully that's enough. This car is shite on fuel, so I might need to get some more, but I'm just gonna send it. Got the wheels in the back, gonna have a bit of a rest, have some food, and then gonna go and pack up all the tools and this. Jake's going to mine in the morning, and then we'll see you at Three Sisters tomorrow.